Hey guys, it's Dana. And yeah, my chickens are loud. They all laid today. And I just got these out. So I wanted to do a post because you guys remember my greenhouse ended up the zipper broke. So fun fact, we got a new zipper. And after we got the new zipper, I couldn't get it on because it's been storming and it's supposed to storm again. So needless to say, I'm not going to work on that right now. But what I am going to do is just go and see if any of our lettuce seeds have sprouted and check in and see how the hydro gardening is going. So let's take a peek. Okay, you guys. So I'm in the garden, the greenhouse. Sorry. And hopefully this is a good view. I actually ended up getting another camera, just FYI, and I'm still learning how to navigate it. So you guys will be learning with me. So thank you guys for sticking with me, especially my subscribers. How are you? How are you doing? What's in your garden? I'm super excited that we're growing together, and I'm particularly excited because I just got off work. As you can see, I'm still dressed in my corporate attire, but it's supposed to storm, and it hasn't stormed yet. And so I thought, you know what? Let me get out here and see what's going on. So first, the chickens laid super good. In regard to the chickens, what we've been doing is I circulate what I'm cooking. So if we have eggs on Monday, maybe I'll do fried potatoes on Tuesday, and toast and maybe like spinach, and then I might do something else on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That way we're not using up all the eggs. So right now we actually are in a time of surplus. But what I want to do today is um, take a peek at our greens. We have been focused on the greens, and so you guys can see how everything is going. Look at that. Um, Now the funny thing, for my new people that are just joining, one of the funniest things that I have been dealing with is I'm going from extreme sun to no sun, and finding the balance can definitely lead to a little bit of burnout. But I'm up for the challenge, and as you guys can hear, it's starting to rain. What I wanted to do today was I actually was particularly interested in seeing if our spinach had started growing, and it has. I'm really motivated in keeping the spinach coming and keeping any healthy variety of greens coming. So what I want to do um, is I want to do some pruning to keep everything growing, and I wanted to prune any lettuces and any kale. Now it looks like one of my cabbages got burnt out. So you can see in here there were 3, but look at that third one. So that's what I mean by we don't want that to happen. And this one was in full sun. So I'm growing all of my brassicas in half sun, half shade. They're just not making it in the full sun. It's just not. So I'm running out of space. So let me just move it up a bit. That's an easy fix for us there. Um, Oopsie doopsies. Okay. So what I want to do, as I said, let's take a look at the sunflowers, and then I'll come back around to pruning here in a second because they are just showing out today. Okay, so let's take a peek. Sunflower. Look in here. Okay, so the sunflowers are so cute, y'all. They are just, they make me happy. Okay, so what I want to do is let's prune some of our spinach. And the way that I prune is I take shears or my thumb and pointer finger, and I will just pinch from the bottom right here, and I pinch it there, and I will do this all the way up. Now, with this, just having the 3, I'm going to leave that until it gets a little bit more bushy, because as you can see, there's another sprout going. However, what it's telling me that it's growing, it's in a good place. So I'm going to leave it. I have this growing actually in between the kale and lettuce. It's hidden underneath it because it needed like a little bit more shade. Now, as we're talking about that, I did want to talk about something I was thinking about, because people are like, how do you have the time if you work full time? Now, our family we have all age children, so elementary, middle school, one going to high school, and we have one in college. And the way we do this is everyone has a task. So that's first and foremost, is everyone has particular tasks. So for the most part, I do obviously majority of the gardening. It's my garden, and I actually really enjoy it. However, when it comes to, I'm just pruning this. As I said, I want it to grow more. The more you prune, the more it grows. I still think this is a bad spot for this, because right here is getting too much sunlight. So what I'll do is I'll put the blanket down just to get it. But there's some of our lettuce. This is good. I'm also checking to make sure it's not dried out. It's not over wet or anything like that. It's not soggy, which it's not. So we're good here. But anyway, so we all do work. We all work. Me and my husband do work. He does predominantly like anything that I need fixed around here. If I need something built, he will do that. Sometimes we take whole weekends and we just take the time to just hang out together. This is like our thing. We're really into it. And so we might put on music and just, we might put on music, get our favorite food, and just come up with ideas of stuff that we can do around the garden. And then see, like this, I don't know why this one is getting so dried out, because I definitely keep watering this one. It's just really weird. Some things in the garden, you just never know, like, why it's happening. Like this one just completely fell over, but the other one didn't. Okay, so anyway, and then I don't want to shock it, so I'm not gonna water it too much. Okay. So anyway, we will hang out. We come up with ideas, because what we found is, I'm a Pinterest person. I had to get up off Pinterest because sometimes it just gives some crazy ideas. I'm gonna pop some of this basil in here, by the way. And we will just sit and think of stuff to do while we're on Pinterest. It's actually empty, so I need to replace it. We'll sit and think of stuff to do while we're on Pinterest. But see, when we're out here, we can actually be out here, come up with ideas, and figure out, okay, is that going to be reasonable or not? So here's my spinach that I intended on planting. So let's do that instead. Now, since this is a spinach, we're not going to plant that with our brassicas. We need to plant that with the lettuce, which is right here. So let me take out my spinach seeds. So those are my spinach seeds. I'm going to actually put a few back because that's quite a bit. I'm going to do four little spinach seeds in here. Now, you guys know I already planted the lettuce also, because I want to plant. I've been planting seeds like once. Well, I've been attempting to plant them every week. I've gotten better at it. because at the end of the day, it kind of takes a lot of work. You got to continue to keep plopping stuff in or you'll be short. All right, so because it's about the storm, I just want to make sure we're checking all of our plants. So this one looks a little bit dry. And if I'm being honest, the ones that are dry are the ones without my little planter bottoms, my little plates at the bottom that absorbs um the water. I forgot the name of those plates that you put at the bottom of your planter. Is it a planter plate? Does anybody know? Okay. So yeah, so me and my husband, we organize and we just like hang out and literally come up with neat ideas of stuff that we think would be cool to do. So it's kind of like our thing. Um, how do the kids help? So the kids get paid extra for cleaning out the coop. That is, we have what's called community chores, and then we have things that are just expected to be done. So cleaning your room, having good grades, that's expected to be done. But a community chore is like cleaning out the coop, washing it down. I put lavender scents in there. They're gonna get paid for that. They get paid for doing that once a month, what's called a deep cleaning. And then every 2 weeks we just go in and make sure we shuffle it out and just transition over the pine for my gardening. And so that's how we do that. Now, how my daughter helps, since she's out away at college, she kind of helps with the picking up of the boys. She gets paid for that. That goes towards her college tuition. And so everybody knows it's all hands on deck. Now, that being said, it's not always so cut and dry. Sometimes I might help build something, and sometimes my husband might get in here and say, hey, I have this idea, or whatnot. But for the most part, that's kind of how things run. We also have a morning and evening routine, which I strongly recommend, which means the older son, he's responsible for the evening routine, and my youngest son is responsible for the morning, meaning getting the chickens out, making sure there aren't any predators around. Did we notice anything unusual? Because we just want to make sure that the chicken coop is always safe. So they get to be in charge of that. They get excited about that. That is their thing, and they enjoy being in charge of something. All kids, all humans enjoy delegating something. So I think the best way is just to say you have to get used to delegating. One of the things that I've noticed with people homesteading is you can experience a burnout, and those people aren't delegating. For example, none of us have a gym membership. I was thinking about that. That saves a lot of time because you don't have to drive there and back. We do have workout items. We don't have a gym in our home, but all of us walk. The boys have soccer. My daughter does soccer at college, and then I do a kettlebell workout, and my husband, he does his different push-ups. So basically we're doing workouts in the home. So home workouts, walking, and then monitoring what we eat. So that's going to save on your time. So when people say they don't have the time, mostly it's like they haven't found the time. So you just have to kind of manage your time wisely. But yeah, so that's what's going on here. It looks like the storm is starting. Look at this one. See how that's leaning over? So I'm gonna have to find a stick for support. But the storm is about to start. I'm gonna keep you guys posted over here on our spinach seeds mostly. What do you all do to keep your plants watered? Because at this point I'm thinking, like, if this heat continues, I'm going to have to ask my husband to create some sort of irrigation system. That way I don't have to come out as often, but I do like it. Just my time is a little bit more limited today. So you guys, thank you for chiming in and have a great day. Bye-bye.